So it wouldn't be a whole Caitlin Clark situation without some form of, viral.
It wasn't meant to be her moment. The spotlight was on the Pacers, locked in a fierce playoff clash with the Bucks. Every fan in Indiana was holding their breath, tension thick in the air, eyes fixed on every move. But then, seemingly out of nowhere, the atmosphere changed.
Need you to make some noise tonight. Come on. You see everybody's out here. If you want them to throw you a shirt, you gotta make some noise.
No buzzer beater, no rim-rattling dunk, just a courtside appearance by Caitlin Clark, and suddenly, the NBA took a backseat. Let's set the scene. The Indiana Fever squad, Caitlin Clark, Natasha Howard, and the whole crew, rolled in for a light-hearted halftime moment. The plan? Simple. Toss a few t-shirts into the crowd, share some smiles, make a quick cameo. But what actually unfolded? Pure, electrifying chaos, in the best possible way. The moment Caitlin Clark stepped into Gainbridge Fieldhouse, everything changed. The atmosphere didn't just buzz, it surged. It was playoff intensity cranked to the max, like electricity supercharged. Fans erupted, phones flew into the air, cameras flashed like she was the final boss in a video game. Suddenly, it felt like her stage, and the Pacers. Just the warm-up act.
Say we love you guys, and next year, let's be here, celebrate a national championship! Woo! Woo!
One fan captured it all in a single breathless moment. Caitlin Clark is the GOAT. She signed my jersey. I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever. That's the kind of emotional imprint she's already leaving. Let that sink in. The Fever squad took their cue. It was t-shirt time. Most players tossed a few into the crowd, smiling and waving. But Caitlin? Oh, Caitlin took the spotlight and ran with it. She scooped up an armful of shirts and transformed the court into her own stage, hyping up the arena like a headliner at a sold-out concert. Every move, every smile, every point to the stands, every leap and shout, felt purposeful, electric. It was as if she were playing Game 7 of the finals. And the crowd? They weren't diving for t-shirts. They were chasing a moment, their moment, with Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark was courtside and, more importantly, looked like she was having a good time. This was amongst the most animated appearances I've seen from...
This wasn't about free merch anymore. It was about energy, presence, magnetism. Caitlin Clark isn't just unstoppable. She's inevitable.
It's up. It won't go. Clark pulls it down, and this building knows what that means.
That's how one commentator put it, and honestly, it's hard to argue. Before she's even stepped onto a WNBA court for a regular season game, Caitlin Clark has become the most talked about name in basketball. Not just women's basketball, period. The rest of the league is watching with a mix of awe, anxiety, and quiet panic. Because when someone draws this much gravity before their pro debut, what happens when the real show starts? People keep saying the league wasn't ready for her last year, and they are right. It wasn't. But Caitlin, she was ready. And now, after a full off-season to reset, recharge, and recalibrate, she's coming in fully loaded. Yes, the Rookie of the Year buzz is already loud. MVP odds, championship hopes, the whole 9 yards. But here's the thing, Caitlin Clark isn't waiting her turn. She's not easing her way in. She is the pace. She's setting the tone. She's redefining what it means to be a rookie.
Come on, we can't hear you. Fever season right around the corner.
Let's be clear, this isn't just about popularity. It's about impact. It's about visibility. It's about growth. Because every time Caitlin Clark shows up, so do the cameras, the fans, and the little girls in the stands clutching basketballs, eyes wide, jerseys on. She's the moment, and that moment is rippling far beyond the boundaries of women's basketball, Like it or not, Caitlin Clark is helping everyone eat. The AJA Wilsons, the Kelsey Plums, the Sabrina Ionescu's. Every WNBA player benefits from the spotlight she brings. And let's be honest, this isn't charity. It's not hype without weight. Caitlin's got game. Deep threes. Cold-blooded dimes. That's Steph Curry energy. Minus the hops, but all the swagger.
It was going viral, and I saw one of the big basketball pages reposting it, and they reposted it, and it was like going like in detail about it, and it was like an entire section being like circling what Caitlin Clark did and being like, oh, Caitlin Clark fakes out a fan. But if you guys did not see, this is obviously a clip from Angela Marion, but during this happened. This happened. So let's full screen this. Let's full screen the fake out. Let's full screen the fake out. So as you can see, she goes, launches a pass in, and then there's a fan waiting. There's a fan waiting for a high five. Up top, high five, down low, too slow. Caitlin Clark fakes out a fan. Fakes out a
fan at the Pacers game said it best. Give me Caitlin Clark. This has been box office. And here's what's wild. The Pacers were in the middle of a playoff war with the Milwaukee Bucks. Johnny's Bucks, mind you. And yet, the loudest roar of the night. It wasn't for a dunk. It wasn't for a clutch three. It was when Caitlin Clark strolled courtside. That's not opinion. That's fact. Clips of Caitlin's appearance on NBA TV went viral before the game even ended. Social media lit up, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all buzzing. And this wasn't some choreographed PR move. No official post. No pre-planned media blast. Just Caitlin being Caitlin, and effortlessly hijacking the entire narrative of the night.
Clark is coming off a masterful night and starts us off strong here. Clark stepping back.
By the final buzzer, Caitlin Clark's appearance had already racked up over 72,000 views online, and that number was still climbing. Let's pause for a moment and appreciate the sheer scale of this. Some people even suggested the WNBA create a separate television package just for Caitlin Clark games. Think about that, not just watching the Fever on League Pass, but exclusive Caitlin Clark broadcasts. Prime time, behind-the-scenes features, real-time mic'd-up footage, and honestly, that idea doesn't sound far-fetched anymore. That's the kind of draw Caitlin has. You can't manufacture this type of star power. You can't train for it. It's intangible, something she has, and everyone else is still trying to catch up.
May 17th Fever home opener. Make sure you get your tickets while you can. Come on.
Of course, it hasn't all been smooth sailing. Caitlin Clark's rise has sparked debates, especially around visibility, race, and equity in women's sports. Some veterans have voiced their frustration about how long they've waited for the same level of coverage Caitlin is receiving right out of the gate. And their feelings are valid. But here's the truth even the critics can't deny. Caitlin's arrival is good for everyone. She's not taking away from the game. She's fueling the fire. She's drawing eyes into arenas that were half full just a year ago. She's making people, both kids and adults, care.
That went well, things that, everybody knows we have so much talent, but at the same time, you got to put that together. It's not going to be like, all right, you have all these great players, step out on the court, it's going to work. It's going to take a little bit of time to figure things out, figure out how everybody works with one another. So, DB's been tremendous, and obviously, not only as a leader, she's a tremendous basketball player too. She's won championships. She knows what it is. So when she speaks, everybody listens. So I think that was a piece of the thing we were missing last year. It's we didn't really have that inside of our locker room. So just really grateful for that. And, just the way she talks and she leads, for me as a second-year point guard, I want to win for her. This is the end of her career. She.
And to those asking, why her? The answer might be as simple as this, because she can shoot the ball like few others ever have. What made that Pacers moment so surreal wasn't just the cheering, the shirt tossing, or the viral clips. It was what it symbolized. This was the first real glimpse at the future of the sport. Not just women's basketball, the entire sport. Because there will come a day, and soon, when Caitlin Clark won't just steal headlines at someone else's playoff game. She'll be headlining her own playoff runs. She'll be lighting up arenas, not for a cameo, but for a championship. She'll be the face of the league, the player kids dream of becoming, the one opponents fear, the one sponsors fight over, and we're watching it unfold in real time.
She's not working. Oh, she does? Turn around.